12 points is just a great opportunity to get to know what's happening in Europe.
This is kind of very special in the jazz community. It's a very sort of open-minded community.
All the people that are here, we're on the same page, up and coming and wanting to get out to Europe.
Yeah, there really is that sense of camaraderie, and everyone you meet, it's like you're all automatically in it together.
It's smaller, you know, it's more intimate, it's more informal.
All the bands, all the musicians, we are part of the same generation, I guess you can say that. We all play different kinds of music, we're on different bands, but we are like in the same direction, mixing genres and all that.
Yeah, we do use the word jazz because you have to say something. You can't just say we play music. You just have to listen to it and tell us what it is.
A whisper blow makes me change my mind. I didn't try to leave you behind.
We don't call it jazz, we call it savage pop. I think that when people hear this, that it's only drum and vocals, they think it's way more weird than it actually is.
Yeah.
Because we consider it kind of like a pop sound, just without all the instruments.
Every musician knows that at some point of your musical life you spend more time making phone calls and writing emails and doing all this kind of stuff than actually spending time with your instrument, which is kind of sad, but I'm only doing it in order to be possible to play concerts like this one.
This year I think it's really sort of scaled up in size, both in terms of the breadth of the performances and but also the Jazz Futures Forum. It's 2 days of talks and discussions about the state of jazz today, but also its future.
Because the climate is so volatile, it's like living in a desert right now. You have to make friends with your resources in the desert to survive, you know, and I think that collaboration as a concept is absolutely vital, and I would just call it community.
But I think it's nice to have these conversations. It's always nice to push the envelope, actually, to hear other people's opinions and to come out of our comfort zones.
I'm here representing a project that I'm involved in around festivals and cultural heritage. So, thinking really about the beauty of place and the role that music plays in sort of transforming our ideas about, you know, the world and festivals in particular, and how they have a kind of transformative function in life.
Get new friends, or you meet other musicians from other countries, and you can start collaborations because probably some of the bands have similar ideas, and if you meet and hear it live and get to talk in person, that could lead to great collaborations.
It's amazing meeting a lot of musicians from all over Europe in one place. We don't even have to work for it because other people has done the job for us.
When we see other bands also crossing genres and finding new audience, and we see that we're not alone and that we have like-minded people in all countries.
To be open-minded to say, this is music, my friend, this is 21st century. It's not the jazz that Charlie Parker or Miles Davis played. No, we are different. We have many inputs. The world is different from the jazz we know romantically, you know. I don't want to be eclectic, I would want to be postmodern, but I feel that I have many inputs because I love Queen, I love Miles, I love Keith, I love Maria Callas, I love many things, so they can be in my music. Why not?
Frequency range from 50 hertz up to 20,000 or something. It's got the whole thing, so you can really get a massive amount of sounds out of it.
So often festivals are booked kind of hierarchically. You've got bigger names and then a few smaller names, and often in those situations you don't see the other smaller names. But the way they program this festival and having 3 bands a night and really encouraging people to stick around for the weekend,
that's amazing.
It's like, it's level playing field, so it's really great and really important.
It's got this sort of, I suppose, this idealistic, almost utopian strand, to it, because it's about European transnational dialogue. It works right across Europe, and I hadn't been to 12 Points before. I was really struck by that combination and how the festival pulled it off brilliantly, I thought.
With electronics, I can kind of make my own band, and I've been also working a lot to make the electronics also move organically like a band, so that I also have to respond to it and what it's doing. I don't control everything, I just have to react. For example, I've got a plugin that stutters the sound, and it does that randomly. So I don't know how it will stutter or when it will stutter, but I know that it will.
so hard to be alone on stage. Still, after many solo shows I did, it's still really hard to be alone. Yes, but I learned so much, and I really love to do it. What I try to do is just to play and to have as much of fun or strong experiences as possible. So when more people like the music, then it's great, but it's not. I don't have big expectations because it's a solo drum. I don't know.
Right now there are many interesting bands in Lyon that really feel this approach of music, which means that you don't give a fuck about the label people can put on your music, and you just want them to enjoy it or just leave the venue.
We are just playing things that we want to play, and that's all. We have no rules in which style or which kind of music, or we are not going to follow someone, to follow a band that we like, and that's all.
Take it away, Dan.
Yeah,
Started it.
you started this mess.
It started out as a duo and with drums and keyboards, and Matt produced a demo and he played on it as well, and suddenly the music had kind of a completely different edge on it, you know.
Quite a clever way of getting yourself in the band, actually. Oh yeah, I totally wrote myself into the band. Yeah. Slightly arrogantly, I was like, do you know what will make this better?
The project is called Directions, and is a mix of influences of my life, my musical life. It has like some swing, and then like some world music tradition from Brazil and Portugal is mixed in the music. And there's a lot of improvisation, mainly from the jazz area, and some electronics. So it's really a mix of my life till my 20s, my early 20s.
I discovered this festival 10 years ago, and as soon as I get the festival, it was so exciting to see sparkling eyes going around all the people involved in the organization. So I used to say, for me, the best European festival is the North Sea Jazz Festival in Rotterdam. I say that 12 Points is a small North Sea Jazz Festival.
Ireland is quite a small scene. To have this one weekend a year where basically the best musicians from all around Europe are descending and when they really pushed the idea of jam sessions and getting together, I think a lot of people in Ireland and Dublin still don't even really appreciate how amazing that weekend is.